Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Share a Beer Show 374, and I am Joe D. We've got Barrick, Bum, and Mark in the house. How you guys doing, man?
Very good.
Doing well, as always.
We are. This is the first show after the weekend Share a Beer of the big Barrick brewery. What would you call that? Barrick Brewing.
Well, it's the Kilted Brewery.
Barrick Brewing. Citra Bomb and
Under the kilt barracks, under the kilt brewing.
yeah, there's got to be a kilt involved. That's right. So yeah, BBK,
BBK.
BBK. Yeah, you could have BBK. Yeah, I guess maybe, or I don't know, something under the kilt. Yeah, kilt lifter. You know.
Somebody's got that already.
I am having a fine Pepsi product, brisk iced tea mixed with lemonade there, the 50-50, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I like these little drinks.
It's only probably only 110 there now, right? I mean, so.
You know, actually, it's I think no, it is 110. Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like iced tea weather now. It's almost warm enough for iced tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I have AC in here, so it's only 75. So it's all good. And then my follow-up will be, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but I grew up on this drink, and when I seen it over here, I bought a 12-pack immediately. Cactus Cooler, has anybody ever heard of this?
Oh, never heard of it.
This soda? I literally, since I was a little kid growing up in LA, we used to drink this all the time. It's an orange pineapple soda.
Ooh.
And it's really good. Been around, like I say, for I too. So, you know, it hasn't been around that long.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Just a few years.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you have in there, Mark?
Well, I'm finishing up a sparkling orange water.
Yes.
But my follow-up is barrel-aged Bigfoot from that 4-pack. And this is kind of a wimpy beer. It's only 11.8%, and it's only a 24-ounce bottle.
I was going to say, yeah, it looked a little fatter. Yeah.
So this is my one and only beer for the night.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I just took it out of the fridge, so I'm going to let it warm up. What's that,
From your Costco pack, Mark?
Yes, this is the last beer out of that 4-pack. So, and I expect it to be very good because I love Bigfoot, and this is the barrel-aged bourbon barrel-aged. So I'm sure it's going to be delicious. I'm going to wait a little bit to open it up.
Let's see. Let me look that up too.
Yeah, that's yeah, I figured. Well, it's kind of Christmas in July. Was it July 26th? I mean, 6 months, 5 months from now, it's December. So this is pretty good. It's a perfect beer for 98 degrees and humid.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. I mean, that's the first thing you think about.
That's right. Heck with those Radlers and light beers. I'm just going for Bigfoot.
Those Kolsch's and all that.
Yeah, and wimpy beers. This is just barely over session ale anyway. This is just barely over the Colorado session beer limit.
Just barely a Colorado session. I mean, I don't even know if you could really consider it, really. But it's, So let me show you what I got here. It's right to the beer. I love this. I don't know that Sierra Nevada always did that, so I think that's kind of a new thing. But in any case, here it is. Nice. What would you call that color? Kind of amberish or something? Or?
Yeah, it's like
amber or red or
red caramel kind of color.
Beautiful color nonetheless. This one says 9.6, but I don't think this is exactly that beer. I think
this is the barrel aged one. So
yeah.
Get an extra 2%.
But we've got, let me see. This one here on Beer Advocate is, I think this is more like the one here. Let's see. Bigfoot style barrel aged, yeah. So
I think that's
250. What was that?
I think that one that you're looking at, that picture is from a year or two ago. That's a different edition. I don't know if it's a different recipe or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is a 2016 version, so
Yeah, this
it's
is,
always a little different, but
yeah, it looks like this bottle might be from '06.
see, this was packed March 29th of this year.
Yeah, so this cork bottle might be from then. 232 reviews, has a 92. It's a damn good beer. I mean, I think a lot of us have had it. Here you've got the 2015 version on tap. 13,000, almost 14,000 reviews, 13,000 uniques.
Yeah.
And it's got a 4.06.
Yep.
So for those of you that haven't had it, it's definitely a big beer. We're joking around about it being a Colorado session, but it's definitely a big beer. Like just like Mark said, that 22 ounces is going to be all he's going to have tonight. Like that's.
Yeah. I'm going to sleep in a little bit in the morning, probably.
In fact, when you go out, what do they typically? What do they serve that in? Like 8 or 10 ounce servings, something like that.
I've got a snifter here. This is probably about the right glass. This is like an 8 ounce.
Yeah, I think once it gets maybe 8% or so, you'll have breweries serve stuff in maybe 10 ounce, probably 8 to maybe 11, and then anything higher than that's going to be an 8 ounce serving, right? Probably.
Yeah. 2016.
Because you start getting too crazy. What do you have now? Or are you opening it?
Me, the blueberry.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
A little bit before the show. This is the second go round of Barrick's blueberry order, and I'm drinking them in reverse order this time. I'm gonna have the Citra Bomb afterwards because over the years, I've always just gone lighter to darker to darker to darker if I'm having more than one beer. But I have learned I love an IPA after a dark beer. So I'm gonna try the Citra Bomb afterwards. I'm sure I'm gonna like them just as much. These are two great beers, and I'll repeat what I said the other day and what everybody else said. I would buy these, both of them.
Sweet.
And that's a cool glass too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Young's Double Chocolate Stout glass, shaped like a barrel.
Yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool. Now I got to get me one of those. Damn it.
Another glass.
Another glass. Oh. I've been unpacking my glasses, man. Wow.
A lot more than you thought you had?
Yeah. Even I'm kind of like, holy crap.
How many would you say you have?
I'm not even done yet. I don't know. I don't know. I know in our house I have. Well, you remember that cabinet that I always had behind me?
Yeah.
There was 5 shelves in that china cabinet, and that was full of glasses. And then I had the top of it all full of and then I had a cabinet in the kitchen of the house for glasses. And I was actually working on another cabinet when I moved. So, and then I've acquired some even in the hotel while I so there's not that many in the hotel. I think everybody's seen how many I had. I might have had maybe 6 or 8, but yeah, even I'm kind of like, holy crap, this a lot. And then I had champagne glasses. I had glasses and whiskey glasses. Yeah, and I like glasses. Hey, there needs to be maybe there's a collecting association there. I'm sure there is,
Oh, there's
right?
gotta be.
I'm sure.
And if there's one for baseball schedule collectors, then there's got to be one for beer glasses,
Oh,
and
yeah.
there might even be meetup groups. Who knows?
Yeah.
I've got about 25 different breweries. I just was looking up my cabinet that I've been collecting.
Yeah.
Different breweries.
I've got one cabinet, like double door cabinet, that has the glasses, and I can't put any more in it, so I've got to get another one now. If I get any more glasses, I can't put any more beer glasses. I can't put them in there, so I'm gonna have to expand.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool because they're cheap, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not, unless you're getting something crystal or something like that, then you might pay $20. But your typical beer glass or mug, yeah, they're $5, $8 maybe.
Yeah.
So you go to a brewery, you have a good beer, you're like, yeah, give me a glass. I mean, they sell them for Christ's sake, so they don't, I ain't the only one.
It's a good way, and when you're going somewhere and you're going to a brewery that you won't get to again, like a local brewery, that type of thing. It's a great way to bring something home.
Yeah, and the people that are around me that are always looking for something to buy me, they always know they can just get a glass and I'm all happy. Whee! Yeah. Kind of like a little kid with a box, all this money on toys, but you give them the box and they're like, ah! And that they just go crazy. So, Barrick, what are you having, my friend?
I'm drinking a New Holland Poet.
Oh, New Holland.
Okay. Oatmeal stout, huh?
Oatmeal stout, yep.
Yeah.
5.8. Bottled on 5/16. So it's fresh.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm drinking it out of my Big Lake brewing glass. That was the last one I went to with my son. Matter of fact, right before the weekend, that's where me and my son were. We went fishing all day. We stopped and got a beer. I bought a glass. And then I think it was Earthman said, "Hey, we're doing a beer show on your stuff." I says, "God, you got to give me some time. I'm not even." My son lives 45 minutes from me, so.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you definitely made that. Made that show.
That was. It's nice to hear the input on everything.
Oh,
yeah.
It's nice to have the beer. That's
exactly. Sure. Yeah. Finally, get to.
See if we get some smoke here. Maybe. No smoke. But it's a barley wine, so.
Yeah. And you're not going to have a lot of head on this beer either.
No, probably not. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, barley wines are usually real thin to none.
Mm-hmm. But that color's pretty accurate in camera. It's pretty accurate to what it is. It's a nice golden red color. Oh, you can definitely get the bourbon barrel. There's like vanilla. A lot of times you get from bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
A little bit of like smokiness.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah. Any fruit or anything as well, or?
Oh, it's still pretty cold. So.
You need banana?
No. I get some limerita. I get a little limerita though.
I was just gonna ask.
There's a little limerita in the background.
Little Rita in the back, yeah.
No, it's pretty cold, so I'm getting a lot of the bourbon barrel flavor, so that oakiness, woodiness, a little bit of vanilla. It's definitely pretty heavy beer. I mean, there's a lot of malt in this.
Right now, the brewmaster you could hear his eyes roll in the back of his head when you said a hint of Hit the lima. What? No! No! Sierra Nevada could not be more anti-freaking big beer, that's for sure.
I'm going to let this warm up, but this is really good. Well, it's like Bigfoot only better. What's that?
Hey, Mark. I have a question. Since we know that everything Sierra does, it's going to be hoppy, even their barley wines. Does the barrel aging kind of take away from the hops on that one?
It does. It does.
Regular Bigfoot is pretty hoppy for a barley wine.
Yeah, there's a pretty good hop component to regular Bigfoot. It's here, but it's not as much as the regular one. You're right. The barrel aging does take it away a little bit.
Yeah, because how long do they age it? Does it say on there?
I gotta put my
what would you
glasses
imagine?
on.
4 months, maybe? You think 4 months, or?
This beast appears to,
Beast appears.
a year.
A year? Oh, wow, okay.
So this was actually probably came out. They probably brewed it in March or April last year. Put it in the barrel.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's got a pretty strong barrel kind of flavor to it. I mean, bourbon kind of overtones. Yeah, I'm gonna let this warm up a little bit, but it's a big beer. If you like Bigfoot and you like bourbon barrels, put the two together. Good stuff.
that I'm gonna share the screen for because that beer that Barrick is having, Untapped, almost 78,000 reviews, man. 58,000 uniques, 1,100 this month. Still is holding 3.76. That's really good. 5.2 ABV, 40 IBUs.
You know, I think that's sold, Joe. Because the bottle says 5.8. What'd you say it was? 5.2?
2, yeah.
5.
Yeah. It was in 2010, so. But it's still the same. That part needs to be updated, but.
New Holland has really changed their recipes on a lot of their stuff, and for the better, I might add.
Here's straight from the website. It says 5.2 on the website too. So
let me double check.
And 37 IBUs. So the IBUs are even less on the first brewed in '99.
Wow, it's been around a while. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely says 5.8 on the bottle, so something's messed up.
Yeah, that stuff happens. The bottle's more accurate because I'm sure they haven't even if it's one of their steady.
Yeah, it is.
Beers like updating the website either. But yeah, the bottle's going to be more accurate in this case, I would think.
I've had it a few months ago when it was 5.2, and it's definitely better mouthfeel now.
Oh.
A little higher gravity on it.
Look, do you get that creaminess from the oat?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's more creamy now than it was at 5.2.
Mm-hmm.
So does the this is still gonna sound messed up. Does the creaminess add more of a like a weight to the beer? You know, more of a substantialness in your mouth.
How does it feel in the mouth?
Yeah, how does it feel? You know,
how does the cream feel in your mouth?
Yeah, it's definitely bigger in the mouth.
Yeah.
We can't go 1 week without going off the rails, can we? It's funny.
You all started it.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Oh, but actually, the mouthfeel is much better.
Yeah, I would think so with the oats. Yeah, that's kind of the point of it, right? Is to give it more of a mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And it makes it easy to get that creaminess down your throat, right? Like it's not so bitter.
You can make me spit out my beer, Joe.
Yeah, this one's got a lot of legs, man. You know what I'm saying? This one's got a lot of legs. It's a centipede, for Christ's sake. Okay. Oh boy, that was good. So,
I mean, I was listening to Bum talking about liking stouts, and I thought, you know what, I like stouts, I just don't drink them very often. I went out and bought a 6-pack of it and said,
yeah.
New Holland Brewery's always been one of my favorite breweries. I don't know if you guys get it where you're at.
Yeah, we do. We do get some of their stuff.
I've had the Poet a few times. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm sniffing this Citra. I've been sniffing this Citra Bomb for 5 minutes now. I could just sit here and sniff it for the next half hour and not drink it.
Does smell good, I'll give you that.
That was a very, what would you call it, aromatic beer?
Yeah.
There's 6 ounces of beer, or 6 ounces of hop, just for aroma. You know, in the last 2 minutes of the boil for aroma, and 3 ounces of that dry hopped. So, I mean, it's supposed to smell good.
Wow.
Yeah. The second you opened it and then poured it, you know, arm's length from your face, and you could just, it just starts hitting you, you know.
Yep.
Really not, you know, big floral type of smell. It was really good.
Oh yeah, that was lots of aroma. Yeah, that's.
I'm interested to try the Mosaic, and I'm going to try that after I finish this.
And what are you getting now, Mark, from that?
I'm getting a little more of the spiciness that's usually there in a Bigfoot, like a barley wine kind of spiciness. A little sweeter. Sweetness is starting to come up a little bit. And the bourbon barrel, kind of the woodiness and vanilla, it's kind of fading a little. It's still there, but it's faded a little bit, so it's blending better. I mean, barley wines are one of those things that you should be drinking, you know, 50 to 60 degrees. I tend to find that a good temperature for barley wines.
Yeah, definitely.
Room temp, like English room temperature, like in the winter, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Especially barley wines, for Christ's sake. Yeah, you could drink them room temperature, and they're going to be really good. You know.
That's one I've never tried. I had my first sour. I've never had a barley wine.
Oh, yeah.
You've never had a barley wine, really?
Nope.
Wow.
Well, if you want to try one, I would. You like hoppy beers, so try Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot. I mean, that's probably you probably have it in the store. There,
that's what you would call a good entry-level barley wine.
It's a big beer, though. I mean, barley wines. I don't know if there are any entry-level barley wines. They're all big beers.
Well, that's why I haven't tried them. I don't really care for high-gravity beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man, I love them. They're you know,
they're unique.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me say, Mark, you said you wanted more bitterness in my Citra. I accidentally added 2 ounces of bittering hops into the one I just made the other day.
Okay.
It's going to be bitter. I'm hoping that all the other citrus stuff kind of helps cover up that bitterness, because
what do you normally add? 1 ounce of bittering?
Yeah, 1 ounce.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Well, you might have the other extreme, and then maybe 1.5 might be the one. But there's so much aromatic in that barrick that I don't think it would like totally blow it out. It's gonna be more bitter. But
And the reason be honest with you, Mark, the reason I don't put more bittering in it is because most of the people who try my beer are not craft beer gurus, and they don't like. But the way I've got it made, they like it, and I like it on a hot day. I don't like really bitter beers on a hot day. It's hot even here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, then the regular one would be your 60, and this one you made now might be your 120. You know.
Hopefully not that high. God, Joe.
120.
Yeah, but
It's bitter.
the hop beer, just like that, man. They have their place too. You know what I'm saying? And I really like those type of beers with and I like hoppy beers with. I tend to like them with hot dogs, with extra kind of not spicy, seasoned type of chicken and pork, all your kind of maybe even fish, you know what I'm saying? Like a good peppered fillet of something, you know.
Anything that's strong in flavor in the food matches as strong in flavor in the beer.
Yeah.
You don't want something like fish with, with no seasoning on it with a strong IPA. You like strong food with strong IPAs. I do anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's why IPAs go so good with grilled stuff, because the smoke and the stuff in the grill, adds that extra layer of flavor.
Well, we had an approval, and it's now official. You've got Anheuser-Busch InBev and SAB Miller's merger cleared by U.S. Department of Justice. So that is a done deal now.
Wow.
Wow, that's interesting.
That is definitely going to be interesting. I'm not gonna. I think the headline kind of says it all.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are too interested. But I guess towards the bottom here it says AB InBev has now obtained approval in 21 jurisdictions. Clearance decision with or without conditions have now been obtained in North America, U.S. and Canada, Asia Pacific, Australia, India, and South Korea, in Africa, and Europe.
Wow.
And Latin America.
So they got it approved all over the place. So I'm just going to have to ask, how much money did they pay off all the politicians to get it approved everywhere? That's all I want to know. Or how many trailers of free beer is everybody getting?
Yeah, just crazy amounts of. I mean, can you imagine how complicated deals like that are?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guys that put together those sort of deals get paid gazillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We think these contracts that these ball players get are crazy. I mean, we got to see the people that are putting together these deals, right? That's got to be scary numbers, man. You know, because this was how big a deal was this in the beginning? It was like billions and billions of dollars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much they paid the politicians; they got it. So.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what the outcome of that is. I've got another kind of cool story if you're a Thrones fan. I'm game the next beer in the Game of Thrones series with HBO. So
yeah, I saw one in the store this weekend. I almost bought it.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. And Pam said, "Doesn't Joe watch Game of Thrones?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, he's got a new beer to get.
Yeah, I can't name that one name. What is it? Valor Morgulus?
Yeah.
Like that. It means all men must die.
It's nice and peaceful.
Yeah, it's kind of nice and peaceful. Yeah. So yeah, and so there's let me see. What the suggested retail price is $9.99 for the individual bottles and $22.99 for the gift pack. The official nationwide release to retailers is October 10th.
Okay.
After October 10th, look for it in your area. You'll find it. I've definitely had the honor of having at least one of the Game of Thrones beers, and it's pretty good, pretty darn good. Zelma Gang, come on,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
No, they do a good job. Their beers are tasty.
So, Barrick, you pouring a Citra bomb there?
I'm pouring me a homemade mosaic.
Oh,
I am curious to see what it tastes like. This will be my first sip.
tell us about the beer.
Basically the same recipe as the Citra Bomb, except the hop is completely 100% mosaic hops. And I got this idea from Founders, and I talked with the brewers there, and they kind of gave me, not exact, but, you know, they kind of told me how it was made. So I'm going to try it. Here we go.
All right. Let's see what we got.
God, is that good. God, is that good.
You tried to hide that smile a little bit, but it's there. Yeah, I can tell.
I'm very surprised how good this turned out. Holy shit. That really turned out good. And the more it sits on your tongue, God, that's really good. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy.
So did you use the same amount of hops that you would for Citra Bomb, but just with Mosaic? I mean, is it you just swap out a hop pretty much?
Same malt base. Just switched out Citra for Mosaic, and God, that's really good.
Huh.
I might guzzle it down.
Well, you know what that mean? You know what that tells me is that you've got a good base with the malt and stuff you're using. You've got a good base to do all the different kind of one-off, like single hop kind of beers. So you did Citra, you did Mosaic. You could probably find other like specialty hops and just kind of do them in the same mix. Yeah.
I mean, about a year, maybe 2 years ago, Zach was telling me about some experimental hops.
Mm-hmm.
Experimental grapefruit, experimental, I don't remember what the other one was, but yeah, it's good, and it's really basic.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to make. I should just make a video to show you guys how easy this is to make.
That would be cool.
It's easy as heck to make. I mean, you make it in an hour and 15 minutes. You bottle it, one batch in an hour or less. 2 hours and 15 minutes worth of work. And you got 55 bottles of beer. That you're spending about 70 cents a bottle to make.
Yeah.
You go to Founders and buy this, and it's $4.50 per bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm making.
Now you know why everybody wants to brew craft beer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of margin, and if you do it right, you can make a good living doing craft beer.
I got to slow down on that, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy with that.
Good.
Man, sorry.
No, that's
good. That's good to see.
It's
good. Take pride in your work.
It's not as much citrusy like the Citra Bomb, but it's way more floral.
Okay.
God, that's good. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, that's. I'm typing in Mosaic versus Citra hops just to see what Google says.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm see if I know it's Citra.
Okay. So I found a link. I'll share this. Let's see if it's a good one. Contrast. The article is Contrast Citra and Mosaic. Bertus Brewery. 3 Floyds. Okay. I wonder. Let's see what they say. So I guess. Have you had anybody had 3 Floyds Zombie Dust? Has anybody? That's one of those cult beers that everybody waits around forever and ever to get. I guess. Aren't they out of Ohio?
Never had it.
I think I've seen it for sale, but I've never tried it.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything. He's talking about brewing it. I'm just wondering what the. So what are the what's the difference between Citra and Mosaic to you, Barrick? Is it different kind of? Is Mosaic more floral and Citra more citrus? I mean, is that the big thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Probably the difference between the grapefruity and the floralness of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And now maybe I'm off, but there's a slight grassiness with the Mosaic.
Okay.
I found if I drink it too warm, that kind of come out and it wasn't that good. But I'll tell you, I like this one better than the Founders. Theirs is actually for me a little dry.
Okay.
They made it purposely to be dry. They used the Promise malt, and I like this better.
Okay. So it says here, I went on Rebel Brewer, which is probably a brew shop or whatever. And it says, some have described it, Mosaic, as Citra on steroids. But they say it has mango, lemon, citrus, earthy pine, tropical fruit, herbal, and stone fruit.
Well, I certainly wouldn't describe it Citron steroid.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Clean bitterness. Yeah. So it's interesting.
Maybe it is more fruity. But I certainly wouldn't say like grapefruit. Like Citra is very grapefruity.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I got from yours. Was a lot of grapefruit. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This is more, to me, is more floral and more fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's right. Like orange and pear, that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
definitely not grapefruit.
All right.
Definitely wouldn't say it's Citra on steroids.
Okay. That'd be an interesting mix. Mix the two together, Mosaic and Citra.
Oh, here we go.
Another combination. You got to brew tonight. Just make a batch tonight.
Yeah, just do it.
3 days ago. I'm out of fermenters. But you know what? I'll tell you what, Mark. Swear to God, my next batch will be a mixture of the two.
And I say you just do it exactly in half. So if you normally would use 1 ounce of bittering, you use half a Mosaic, half a Citra. You just split everything in half.
Right.
Just right in half and see what happens. That'd be interesting.
The Mosaic is definitely cheaper.
Okay. Well, see, you save money.
Yep.
Yeah. So the beer would be 50% of the cost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, no, you got the malts and the water.
Instead of a Citra bomb, since you're mixing the two, you can call it a fusion bomb.
Fusion bomb. Yeah. There you go. That sounds interesting. Yeah. Because it looks like, just kind of poking around here, it looks like people are mixing the two together. Mixing Mosaic and Citra. Maybe not half and half, but.
I'm going to try that.
Interesting.
Definitely.
Hops of the world. That's amazing how many hop varieties have come out in the last probably 10 years or so. Yeah.
And they're still doing it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They're still making new strands. It's just crazy.
Kind of got half that thing down already, guys, in 10 minutes. That's bad.
No.
Yeah,
It must be good.
What's that?
It must be good, not bad. Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just drinking it fast, and that one's like 5.1, 5.2.
Okay.
That area. It's
An indication of how good it is.
It's good.
Okay.
It wasn't so much of a chore to send all this stuff to you guys. If I could spend $5 and send it to you and just say, here, somebody package it for me, send $5, I'd send you all my beers, but
Yeah, no, it is. Shipping beer is expensive.
man, it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
There's specific. Well, they're not just made for beer, but specific bottle plastic deals, and you just open it up, put the bottle in there, close it, and then shove it in a box. And
But if I can find that.
yeah, I don't know where you find these things, because when the breweries ship me beer, that's how they do it.
Wow.
So they have these molded deals, and it makes all the sense in the world, you know. You know how you buy stuff and it comes in that plastic and it's real nice for presentation, and you get it home and you have to like cut all the darn edges off and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks similar to that, you know, like if you buy a knife or something and it comes in that kind of plastic, and
Okay.
it's something similar to that. And
I wouldn't even mind the expense if I could put it in something like that, Joe.
right.
Whoa, hands above the table.
Whoa, that was a bad. I don't know.
I digress.
That was a bad look, man. Oh my god.
That's funny.
Products like that, Barrett, that you can buy. you can put that thing in there and do whatever you want off camera.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Joe was first to notice it, but Bum and I kind of got it like a tenth of a second after Joe. Joe had his.
I saw it when I'm looking at myself in the.
Yeah, and you're like, oh. Yeah.
He's like, no.
There's no going back.
No, it's out there.
1,000 years from now, somebody's gonna unearth a YouTube video. And we're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, my great grandkids.
Yeah. Oh, look at great grandpa Barrick. Mm.
I'm having my cactus cooler now, which is the orange pineapple blast soda.
That sounds like a really good mix, actually. Orange pineapple.
It is good. But Mark mentioned an 100-year-old age thing, so this kind of mixes in with this story from Innis and Gunn. They brew 100-year-old beer, right?
Oh wow!
So what they did was they brewed this beer, matured in an American bourbon cask. Only 8,000 bottles were there. It's a limited edition, of course, 7.7 ABV. Enos and Gunn is really good. I mean, they make some really good beers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they made a time capsule with this thing. They put it in a time capsule. They put this in a time capsule and labeled it, with instructions for it to be opened in 2116 as part of an experiment to test its aging capabilities. So it's created with Styran hops. Vintage is a bottle-conditioned strong ale that becomes richer and more complex the longer it's left. So as an experiment, they put it in a time capsule and want you to literally open it in 100 years.
Now the good and bad thing for them is nobody that's alive now watching this or seeing this will ever know what it really tastes like.
Yeah. So it's all theory, you know?
It's all theory.
So it is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool experiment. I definitely like the packaging and everything. It's definitely. I wish I'd have got my hands on one of those 8,000 bottles. I'll tell you right now, I'd love to try it.
I wonder how much they sold for. Does it say?
Does not. It's a real small article here, as you can tell. But
if you have to ask, you can't afford it, probably.
Probably. Yeah, and it's one of those serious. This is one of those serious collecting beers. Like, the people that bought it are hardcore, fans of whatever, and so they snatched it all up.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting experiment with that particular hops. And we were just talking about hops that are all the different strands that are different varieties of hops that there are out there, and this is one that apparently will last for quite a while. They're assuming so.
Not that any of us will actually know what it tastes like 100 years from now, but
Right, yeah, but it'd be kind of cool to make a beer and then not have it in 10 years, let's say.
yeah, it would be. Yeah.
I think that would give you a good indication if you made that beer and then put it away, had some in 5 years, had some in 10 years, had some in 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's somebody that probably bought like a whole case of it, so they got 12 or whatever, and they're just gonna try it over time.
Yeah. It'd be interesting how that hop holds up. Do you still? Well, strong ale. So, I don't know too many hoppy strong ales.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's probably pretty rough right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just tasted it right as they put it away.
Yeah. And it was matured in American bourbon casks, so there's going to be a large vanilla, everything you just talked about before.
Yep. And the bourbon casks add that the tannin or whatever comes out of the oak. I mean that's a preservative.
Mm-hmm. That's real interesting, man. The stuff that's done with beer is just so cool,
I was going to do me a side-by-side with the Mosaic and the
Citra.
But the Citra's so cold that it's hard. Maybe next week I'll try a side-by-side when they're both the same temperature.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, hold those glasses up next to each other and then say it's hard again. Yeah, he covered it up though. I love the way that Michigan hangs down there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hilarious. Every time you put that glass up, I just crack up. I just kind of giggle on the inside. It's funny.
Jesus.
That part.
My God, I didn't even notice that.
No, Joe's.
Yeah, that's the way my mind works, man.
Joe operates on another level. He's a professional.
Yeah,
I operate on a low level, but Joe, you got me beat.
Oh yeah, man, trust me. Yeah, you can't if you're not actually like some people think they're in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? I'm what holds the gutter water there.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the foundation of the gutter.
The foundation, please. Yeah. Like, isn't that what George says too? Like, no, you can't get no more pathetic than me.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, George Costanza, man. I freaking love that show, man. So what are you getting now from that beer, Mark? Has it changed now? It's been warmed up.
It's warmed up a little bit. I'm definitely getting more of the sweetness that you typically get with a Bigfoot. It's kind of the sweet malt. The kind of the woodiness has faded away. I'm still getting vanilla from the barrels, but there's a little bit more spice. I always get like a pepper, that type of thing, and hops are coming out a little bit, but it's nowhere near as bitter as a regular Bigfoot.
And how's the alcohol and the bourbonness of it?
The bourbon flavor is there without the kind of the harshness of the wood. You don't want harsh wood. You want mellow wood.
And that's hardwood too,
That's hardwood. I mean, that's a true hardwood. Yeah.
that hardwood's got some stamina too, right? Like,
Yeah, this is like after the Viagra, it's kind of fading away a little bit, you know.
yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I definitely get more of the spiciness of the malt, a little sweet, and some vanilla, but not as much of that kind of real oaky kind of flavor that you got when it was right out of the fridge.
Okay.
Well, Mark, just so you're not getting the woodiness 4 hours from now.
That's right. Yeah, I got to call my doctor if I'm still getting woodiness 4 hours from now.
Yeah, exactly. Take that bad boy to the doctor, man. You know.
No, speaking of, I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Really? Like, oh, crap, I've had a hard-on for 12 hours. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
You go to the doctor and it's like, okay, doc, give me something. This is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. What's the procedure for getting that bad boy down?
I don't
You
know.
know? Is it the
Anti-Viagra?
old? Yeah. Is it just the closed curtain with the nurse there? I mean, what's the procedure for? You know.
Yeah, David Letterman said, they talk about that 4-hour thing. He says, if I had an erection for 4 hours, I'd call my friends and brag about it.
Yeah, that is kind of, now that you mention it, Mark, that is kind of, what's the procedure for?
Yeah, how do you get rid of the erection that won't go away?
Yeah, how do you, is it, do you have to go to some kind of, does Chinese massage parlors have an ER?
Yeah. Happy ending. You got a happy ending. You need a happy ending.
Yeah, is there
know.
a happy ending ER? I mean,
I don't know.
that's yeah, I'm sure you can look that up on YouTube. I am sure there's something there for that.
And I'm not going to do that because then I'll get hit with ads for Viagra forever after that. And I've got all the Viagra I need right now, so I don't need any more.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one early, my friends. It's only a couple minutes early, but I appreciate everyone showing up. Hey, Barrick.
Yeah, man.
Again, man, thank you for going through all that trouble, sending those beers, man. And they were great. I'm definitely, I've got mine in the fridge. I'm holding on to those for a little bit. I want to see, what just a little age will do to them. You know what I'm saying? If they'll be just as good. I'm sure they will, but what changes it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Citrobomb will get worse. The blueberry will get better.
Okay.
I'm telling you that now.
So I figure, just in about maybe 2, maybe 3, not that long. You know what I'm saying? Just let us sit just a little bit and see what we get. I got my watch on today, so.
Yep. No tan lines.
You can't see my tan lines. Hey, Bump, thanks as always, man, for showing up. I appreciate it, Mark. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Take care, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
See
Peace
ya.
out.